Hi guys, I'm Daddy Freeze, convener of the Free the Sheeple movement and leader of the Free Nation in Christ. I greet you and I bring glad tidings. A lot of people say, oh Daddy Freeze, you don't believe in God. Oh Daddy Freeze, you don't pray. Oh Daddy Freeze, you don't believe in miracles. I believe in God. I'm a Christian scholar and teacher. I do pray. We have a Free Nation prayer meeting every Saturday. And yes, I believe in miracles, but I, unlike most others, are able to draw a line between miracles and the supernatural and sheer ignorance and foolishness. Now, you need to understand that your pastors in Nigeria, most of them, profit from selling the supernatural. They sell miracles, they sell prayers and prayer meetings, they sell testimonies. That is how they are able to feed and send their children abroad to go to the best schools. So they will always put the spiritual first, and they will tell you the spiritual controls the physical. Absolute nonsense. The physical controls the spiritual. Have you ever wondered why God is so much kinder and so much more merciful to countries that are already affluent? A child is more likely to survive, or someone's more likely to survive cancer if they're in Japan or in the US where there's great medical care. Infant mortality is so much lower. Life expectancy is so much higher. Oh, God has mercy. You are alive because of God's mercy. Why is God more merciful to those who don't worship Him but fix their countries? That's the question I want to ask you today. If you look at life expectancy, Japan, Canada, the UK, and Europe are way ahead. All of them are 80 years and above. Nigeria is only 56 years. That's our life expectancy. So your parents will go through what they go through and come out and say, thank God I'm 70. And a Japanese man who doesn't believe in your God or thank your God or praise your God, even if he prays anything, he praises the Japanese Shintoist deities. Shintoism, by the way, is a polytheistic religion. They have many gods. And Japan is predominantly Buddhist and Shintoist. Buddhism, on the other hand, is an atheistic religion, meaning they do not believe in any God. So, your God is protecting the Japanese man, helping him live to 103 years in a better living condition. The atheist in Canada is living better than the Nigerian. He's not going to be robbed on his way to work. The road is not bad. He doesn't have to be on band A to have light. So when you think about this, you begin to wonder, what are we really thanking God for in Nigeria? Are we thanking God for saving us from our own foolishness? Somebody was arguing with me yesterday. He said, you are more likely to fall sick in Nigeria because Nigeria is dirtier than all these other places. And I'm like, if we clean it, we will fall sick less. Why can't we just clean our societies instead of praying to God to protect us from sickness when we can just take basic steps? In Nigeria, there are things you get, it was considered a blessing. I'm not joking. To be able to go to the university in Nigeria, you have to have rich parents, or at least well-to-do parents, or you have to get a scholarship. Abroad, you get a student loan. In Nigeria, there are things you consider God's favor that pagans get for free, Shintoists get for free, Buddhists get for free because they fix their country. So what I'm trying to tell you here at the end of all this is, you create your own favor. If we Africans can come together and fix our nation, all those things that, God, I found favor. Imagine somebody coming to tell you that they got a visa and that's God's favor. I'm just coming back from the UK. I did not need a visa. So if you, that God gave visa, let's say the way you think God gave, how am I supposed to feel that I was born in a country that I don't need visa? So that means my favor is your own times 5. Abi? If favor is visa, let me tell you how many countries I can go to visa free. All of Europe, Dubai, the UK. I'm just coming back from the UK. I can show you my passport. There's no stamp on my passport, sir. I just enter and come out. Canada. I don't need a visa to go to Canada. From next year, the US. I will not need a visa to go to the US. So if you that applied for a visa are thanking God and believing that God favored you, what am I going to say? I did not even need to apply for the visa to be granted. It was granted because the people from my mother's country did what they were supposed to do. Nigerians, do what you are supposed to do, and you will create your own luck. You will create your own favor instead of depending on God for things your mates are fixing abroad by themselves. So yes, I do believe in God, but I have a problem with a God that you have to give credit to for what your mates are doing by themselves. I have a problem with that. And until Africa gets up and starts fixing things for themselves, we will continue going down this quagmire. And a lot of people came after me saying, oh, Daddy Freeze, you were laughing at Bishop T.D. Jakes. No, I wasn't. I only used him as an example. And people need to understand that the moment you have brought yourself forward to the public, you need to expect criticism. You are going to be criticized. Some people say, Daddy Freeze, you don't accept criticism. No, I accept criticism. But you cannot come and call me weary. And I will not lali yati babae. That's not criticism. Criticism is, I disagree what you are saying, and this is what I think. Politely. Not to come and call me names and expect me not to call you names and block you. What am I saying with all this? And I need you all to listen, because I'm a lover of God. I love God so much that I dislike when Nigerians put God in places where God becomes embarrassed. Because if you say God is working for you, and that same thing that God is doing in your life, a Chinese man in China, a Japanese man in Japan, or a Canadian man in Canada that do not believe in your God are getting it, and getting it 10 times better than you are getting it, then I think you are putting your God up for dragging. Because those who don't believe in your God will wonder what is the essence of worshiping your God when your God cannot provide basic needs. Talking about Bishop T.D. Jakes, here's the funny thing. When he fell sick, the first place they rushed him was the hospital. And when he recovered, he was standing. There was a doctor behind him with stethoscope. The first people he gave credit to were the people that were praying for him. I'm not saying prayers don't work. I'm not saying God does not exist. The doctors saved him. Let him give credit to them first. So you at home will be able to understand how necessary it is for your country to fix their medical care. In Nigeria, you have amazing churches. Even the poorest of the poor have access to good churches. But do the poorest of the poor in Nigeria have access to good health care? You cannot put prayer in an equation that involves doctors and hospitals. And those people that say doctors try but God heals, you see that only in Nigeria. It is a doctor's job to be able to of course, no doctor is 100%. They try their best. Sometimes they fail. But if you compare the rate of medical failure to medical success, and compare the rate of church failure to church success is 3%. Medical failure is 3%. You are alive today because you have some sort of medical health care, not because of church or God. God has created a process. Follow it through. Do yourself a favor. God bless you.